The Justin Robert Young podcast, brought to you as always by everybody who supports us. PayJuryDaily.com. Again, PayJuryDaily.com. If you want to see me live in Austin, Texas, South by Southwest, it is March 9th at the North Door Theater. Night Attack, Ice Cream Social, musical performances by Dual Core and the Possum Posse. Special guests up to and including Tom Merritt, newly added to the bill. Tom Merritt's going to be there. I got to figure out what the fuck we're going to do with all these special guests, but it is going to be a blast. You want to make sure you're there, friends. And if you want to make sure you're there, you got to get your ticket. bit.ly/nightattackaustin. It's going to be worth coming down. I'm telling you. Till then, though, let's stop talking about how we support the show. Let's just do the damn thing. Oh, friends, welcome. Oh, last jury of the week, and we're gonna go out with a bang. Oh, yeah, because it's Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day. Get it? My favorite Twitter post of today. In light of the news that Amazon will no longer build their headquarters in Long Island City, somebody took to that, quote tweeted it, and said, yeah, we're all pulling out of Queens tonight. Happy Valentine's Day. Which I thought was pretty funny. You know, your partner is your queen. I don't know whether you're pulling out, though. I mean, maybe this is why so many. Wait, are people like born? When would be 9 months from now? I guess is the second. So it'd be like November. Is this when all the November babies? Cause somebody's fucking tonight. But then again, some people aren't. Big shout out to all my lonely bugs out there. I know. I've been there, friends. I've been lonely whenever, and it feels like the world is kissing, the world is smooching, the world is sending little notes to each other. They're posting their Instagrams with their significant others, and they're going out to dinners, and they're going out to movies, and they're having big romantic outings. Where are you? Alone. Probably just. If you're anything like me, pulling your pud for the 15th time in the same night, your penis looking up at you saying, why? Why? Why are you taking this out on me? It's not your penis's fault. It's not your fault either. Hey, look, there are ebbs and flows to life, rising tide and low tide. Just because you don't happen to have somebody on this weirdly positioned day. It is a weird day, Valentine's Day. I don't get it. Because you just went through the season when you wanted a significant other, the holidays. There's a million parties, there's a million events, there's a million times where you're meeting your parents, and it's better to have a significant other than not have a significant other for many of you. And you just got through it. You just survived the minefield, right? It would be like Wile E. Coyote having one of his contraptions go wrong, falling down an entire comically laid out cliff, hitting his back on a rock and his head on a cactus as he tumbles further and further and further, and then gets up, walks forward for 2 feet, and then falls down another sinkhole. Thankfully, the good news is for the lonely bugs, this is it for a while. No one's going to give a shit if you don't have a significant other on the following holidays. St. Patrick's Day, March Madness, Arbor Day, Easter. That's a great one. Nobody cares if you're single on Easter. Because you want to know what? Everyone's riding with old JC. He showed up to the party, and he was dead. So what's your excuse? I don't know why I'm shaming you for not coming into our Easter celebration. Here's my favorite thing I used to remember about Valentine's Day back in the day. This is what I used to love is, you'd get the package of Valentines when you were a kid, right? And so I would always get the nerd shit, because I'm a real nerd. Even when I was 11 years old, I had a neck beard. I'm no fake geek boy with an eye. No, I was into comics and X-Men and checking out all the superhero hardcovers they had at the library. But I remember specifically there was X-Men themed Valentines. And I always remember, even then, I remember that there was like one or two Valentines always in those sets that were like a little bit more, a little less punny and a little bit more like, I think you're, this is how I remember, at least in my kid brain, this is how I remember it. I'm curious if you guys remember it the same way. And there was always one like, hey, like, I think you're great, because I said so. And there's like Wolverine with his claws out. Or there's like, I'm thinking of you, and it's Professor X, with his crazy mind control wavy lines around him. But then I always remember there was like one, maybe two in the Valentines that were always like, I love you. Like, that's how I remember it. I remember it like everything's like joke. My shyness prevents me speaking with you, but I believe you're my soulmate. And it's like, it wasn't even a joke. It was just like one very direct thing. And that's the always one that I looked for. I looked for that one. And maybe I was even crazy then, but I was assigning narratives and values to random noise, but I always felt that there was one no fucking around Valentine's, and that's where I would make sure that one would go to my crush. Now, if you wanted to know that young Justin Robert Young had a crush on you, well, it would be very, very clear, because while the Valentine's thing was happening, I'd have like a gigantic pile of, because you had to give, in my class, I remember, you had to give a Valentine to everybody. So it wasn't like the popular kid just got 50 Valentines. But I didn't give a fuck about all the rest of them. Like, I just had a gigantic stack of fucking cards. And I'm just indiscriminately throwing fucking random X-Men puns in everybody else's basket. And then there was one, and I had the one card that I really, really cared about. And it was right there in my back pocket, just so it didn't go anywhere. Even to this day, as a 35-year-old man, I am terrified that I'm going to lose the thing that is just in my pocket. I'm going to figure out a way to fumble it and fritter it away. I'm going to keep pulling it out of my pocket so many times to check whether or not it is still in my pocket that I will almost assuredly have it vanish into thin air in some sort of magic trick, or have my own sweaty palms dissolve it because I keep touching it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I would go and I would throw everybody on, whatever, fuck you, take this, Mr. Sinister and Blob and Toad and Jubilee. But then there was the one that I really, 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 really wanted, and I put it in my crush's basket, and I just run away. Fruitless, by the way. I never did anything else about it. I would just give them, I would expect them to know. I would expect my crush to know, oh, clearly he gave me the one Valentine that isn't a pun. I think he really thinks that I'm an amazing person for whom he'd love to, God knows. I mean, this is in like middle school, maybe even elementary school, when this half-baked memory that I'm remembering. Now that I think about it, it really is a tremendous foretelling of the rest of my life, specifically romantically. A lot of me just assuming that it's very clear that I have a tremendous amount of affection for somebody and then not telling them at all. Well, if you can't tell based on my cardboard Valentine, then what the fuck good are you? All right. Let's go ahead and keep this romantic train rolling. News! A man in Kansas went to the bathroom. On his way into the bathroom at the Home Depot, he apparently told everybody else in the bathroom, quote, "You'll all need to get out of here because I'm fixing to blow it up." A store employee alerted security after another man who apparently overheard the men's bathroom humor walked out of the stall and said, "Somebody told me there's a bomb in the building and everybody needs to leave." This according to the Wichita Eagle. Officers responded to the store around 12:15 p.m., tracked down the second man, and later determined that he had no intention of causing such alarm. The man said he assumed that the person who said it, quote, was in serious need to defecate and that he was attempting to provide a polite warning to the other patrons of the bathroom, according to a police report obtained by the Wichita Eagle. It's not clear who made the initial joke. That bomber remains at large, by the way, on this Valentine's Day, but Home Depot has declined to press any charges for the man that walked into the Home Depot bathroom and said, "I'm fixing to blow this up." What do you think, like, what's the most iconic "I'm gonna shit this bathroom up" line? Because in my mind, it would be like an Ace Ventura, like, "Do not go in there." Woo! But I don't know. Is there a very polite way to do it? Is there a polite way that, like, is there some, like, British sophisticate, like, "Oh, well, it appears that the elk has fallen out of the den." Like, is there anything like that? Is there a classy way to say that the shit I just left in that bathroom has made it a horrifying experience and you should wait for it to air out? And if there ain't, there ought to be. I need everybody's opinion on that. JuRYDaily@gmail.com. I need your euphemisms. In fact, so many years ago, I asked you guys to solve a problem for me. I was on the road and I was eating a lot of breakfast at random diners. I like my eggs cooked very specifically, over hard with the yolks broken and fried all the way through. I found that I had a very, very low success rate with this request. For whatever reason, diner cooks very much love their yolk and want to make sure that you have a little bit of runny-ass yolk in any kind of eggs that you ask for. So I asked for you guys to create a fake term for over hard, because that apparently was not getting what I wanted. So what I wanted was the opportunity to ask for eggs a certain way, and when the server asked, "Oh, what was that?" I can explain it in specific detail. And if they said over hard, I'd be like, "Yeah, but just make sure that the yolks are fried all the way through." And they'd be like, "Okay." And they would think that they learned something new and we would all move on with their day. And I will tell you this, in all the times that I requested my eggs broke and busted, I never got my eggs fucked up. It always took a little bit extra time to get there, but I always got my eggs very specifically cooked exactly how I wanted. So, since I relied on you guys then, I will rely on you guys now. I need you to give me a polite euphemism that basically says, "I just shit this bathroom up." Because this poor motherfucker here led to a goddamn investigation by the Wichita police in saying, "Y'all need to get out of here because I'm fixing to blow it up." Like, what in the hot ham water? What in the hot ham water? This guy's just trying to take a shit. He was trying to be nice. He was trying to be nice. He was trying to make sure that nobody else had to smell his shit. And this is what he gets. You know, no good deed goes unpunished. No good deed. I swear to God, man, this guy's just trying to give a warning. All right, friends. That's the news, which means that it is now time for... email. You can always go ahead and email in jurydaily@gmail.com. Again, jurydaily@gmail.com. Bart writes, I was listening to your show when you asked about sportswear alternatives, and then I remembered this trivia tidbit. What is the original meaning of gymnasium? Gymnasium, large room used and equipped for performance of various sports. The history of gymnasium dates back to ancient Greece, where the literal meaning of the Greek word gymnasium was school for naked exercise. So I wonder, what are the chances of this trend ever returning? Could you imagine the awkward social hell that it would be to transition to such a possibility? Would exercising naked be a positive motivator, or is that a practical impossibility due to jiggly bits and uncontrollable sweat flinging? Bart, I am almost positive that here in the Bay Area there is certainly a naked gym. I'll bet you that there are many places along the Florida coast in which there are naked gyms. And I would assume that all the gyms in nudist colonies are indeed OG gymnasiums. In fact, I heard a story the other day. You know, out here in the Bay Area, man, everybody's got their own crazy shit, and they all got their own yoga thing, and it's hot yoga or cold yoga or goat yoga, very religious yoga, not so religious yoga, a spinning class that's also a yoga thing. There's just, everybody's got a thing. But along with the fact that people, want to do a different exercise regime, and the fact that the Bay Area has its own very unique social mores, I heard tale from a friend that there is a kind of yoga wherein the ladies get fingered. I will say that again. Apparently, there is you have to sign up. You're signing up for it. It doesn't come as a surprise. You're not like in Downward Dog and then but it's part of it. That's like a thing. So I would have I have no problem believing that there is indeed an OG gymnasium. Crunchy in the chat room says, wait a minute. Do I have to start doing yoga? Kyle writes, a friend and I were at a local amusement park, Worlds of Fun. KC Mo, what's up? Along with two girls that we regularly poorly flirted with at the time. We happened upon a Twix candy bar that was lying abandoned along the queue for the Timberwolf wooden roller coaster. The wrapper was well torn open to expose two pristine bars residing within. With Twix being one of the better candy bars in existence, the shock value being the flirtatious technique my friend and I were most well versed in, I knew what had to be done. I promptly fist pumped in victory as I picked up the free treat, offered the right Twix to my buddy as I took the left, toasted to good fortune with a chocolatey tap between the abandoned twins we had saved, and chow down as the girls' faces twisted with disgust. So no, I would not classify myself as a germaphobe. Man, there is going the distance, and then there is going the distance. Congratulations to you, sir. John in South Carolina says, I was hoping that I could make a request. Could you please rename all the people who write in to say that they would throw a beatdown on you for wiping your snot on their face? Francis. As in, lighten up, Francis. I know it's annoying when shit like the fake news shirt happens, but is it needed? Politicians from both sides subscribe to if I say enough, it becomes true crap. If someone doesn't stand up and say everything that guy said was bullshit, don't we run the risk of the too much bullshit becoming true? Is it better to call bullshit too often? If it helps, I'm a liberal, middle-class white guy living in South Carolina. And finally, Tokidoki Tensai wrote in, apparently the Tribunal of Floridians were going to review whether or not I had my Florida card suspended, since I said that a Wawa sub, I would prefer a Wawa sub to a public sub. So, Tokidoki Tensai comes back with my results after he gave me a little questionnaire. After a night of huffing bath salts, the special committee reinstated your Florida card. Admittedly, the questions that I gave you were weighted for East Coast panhandle demographic, but you still did great. Some minor corrections. Number 3, ye mystic crew of Gasparilla kidnap the mayor of Tampa and demand the key to the city, then celebrate with the Gasparilla parade that we all know and love. Boobs, beer, beads. And any carbonated beverage is called a Coke. But soda is fine in a pinch, I guess. However, DIAF if anyone brings that pop shit around. Number 1, get the fuck out of my face, Tokidoki Tensai, saying that every carbonated soda is a Coke. That's some panhandle shit. That's some Alabama shit. Yo, don't bring that shit. There's a reason why I don't claim anything north of Palm Beach. Again, you can always email me, JuRYDaily@gmail.com. Again, JuRYDaily@gmail.com. However, there is only one way that we like to end a good old week of the JuRY Show, and that indeed is a little segment we like to call High Thoughts. There is a feature-length XXX adult movie called Clown Porn. It's the second funniest thing I've ever seen. It's 2 a.m. and I'm singing Rick Astley to a red Solo cup full of pistachio ice cream. Why do they call it pool when everyone gets mad if I get the table wet? It's funny how the weirdest milk that an adult human can drink is another human's milk. One-ply toilet paper should be a crime against humanity. We don't have to worry about animal hackers. Is a chair a primitive levitation device? I'm dictating this to my phone on the highway, so excuse me if anything gets lost in translation. Groundhog Day isn't so much cruelty to animals as it is stupidity to animals. I would like to take this opportunity to let everybody know that you should not be writing into High Thoughts if you are driving. Please, nobody else ever write into High Thoughts when you're driving. Can soap get dirty? And if so, what does one use to clean it? I think we can divide celebrities into two categories. Ones we want to fuck, and ones we want to be friends with. And finally, if you eat Fritos and then drink lime seltzer, it tastes like Fruit Loops. Those were high thoughts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for another week of shows. I want to thank our producers, the Jen, PD Rave, Non-Specific, Rock and Roll, Martian, Joe Acosta, Will, James, the OG Brito, Will, Matthew B, Bill, Dustin, BioCal, Robert H, Brian C, M, Trey the Melodica Man, Adam, and middle-aged Mike. Email me, jurydaily@gmail.com. If you're going to write me a high thought, make sure you write HI, thoughts in the subject line. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat @Justin R. Young. Join our Discord, bit.ly/JuRyDiscord. Friends, till next time, this is your old pal Justin Robert Young reminding you to please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky. But also, please, don't die! Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.